Christine, and just tell us all the details.
Okay, can you guys hear me? Yeah, okay. I asked questions, but then I know that everybody's on mute. I'm so sorry. Okay, guys, so I'm actually really excited. I'm grabbing like all of my notes. Please ignore, I'm in my my son's room right now, but it's like quiet. And so you'll see like fun characters in the background. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a little bit about me. I mean, I'm sure everybody's kind of tired of hearing it. I'm a certified personal trainer. I've studied exercise science. I have studied nutrition. I'm an orthopedic specialist, and I'm currently pursuing what will eventually be a doctorate in physical therapy. So that's just a little bit about my education, my background. I practice as a personal trainer is primarily what I do. And so I have some education in this area, but let me just tell you, like from personal experience, that's where I find most of my my experience and my personal education in supplements, right? And so that's really essentially what got me into Thrive, right? Me wanting my own personal results to be great. And then of course, wanting to be able to pass that along to my husband, who is a personal trainer, and my clients who obviously want to be better, stronger, healthier, fitter, faster, healed, whatever they come and see me for. Obviously, I want to improve their life. So I do a lot of research on a lot of these things to begin with. So I don't know if you guys can tell, I have like notes upon notes upon notes on like different tablets and everything. So you guys definitely want to grab a notepad. And what I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about the heat and the chill, the SPT that are coming out. So it is a powder, which we're really excited about, guys. The gels are great, but some caveats there. They're not vegan. The gelatin, and that might be a turnoff for some people, right? To not have a vegan product. Given I'm just going off of what I've seen on the slides of what the ingredients are, which are so exciting. But this powder means there's going to be less binding agents or things that we need to have for them to have a shelf life. So this powder that you can pour directly onto your tongue without any type of carrier mixtures. This is what we want. Less additives are always great. You have less of a chance of a reaction to something that's in a blend that you don't even need. Okay. So I'm going to start with the heat and what the ingredients are in the heat. Now, you guys, I'm probably going to jack up some of these names. I have learned that every trainer and every like health and wellness coach or nutritionist, we all pronounce these things differently. So I think you'll know what I mean. So I'm going to start with the Ravolfia, which is also known as Indian snake root. It has a bunch of different little names, but it's a flower in the milkweed family. Okay, and it is used very commonly to treat blood pressure and hypertension. And so that's going to be really beneficial. One of the reasons that it's likely in heat is because if it treats blood pressure and hypertension, then we know it opens up the blood vessels, right? Which means it's going to be really great, not just for like a regular health and wellness standpoint, but it's really great when you're exercising to have the availability of blood flow, right? We want to flood our body with good, healthy, clean blood that's full of oxygen so that our muscles can recover as quick as possible. The Hyperzea extract, which is a Chinese herb, is actually commonly used in medicines for increased memory and cognitive function. So you have a lot of dilators in here, things that are just going to open up blood cells and help get things flowing. Now I'm kind of like glossing over those two. Sorry, I'm getting to the parts that I'm really excited about. Okay. These are really good. Like cognitive function is huge. Increased memory is always important. You know, vasculodilators are like really very necessary in common health, in exercising. Big deal. They're very complementary to the other things that are in here. Niacin. You guys, this is the money maker right here. Okay. So niacin is a B vitamin. It's vitamin B3. It helps foods turn into energy. So we want to be able to burn that food. We want to be able to burn the calories, right? We don't want it to just turn into stored fat and sit in our body. It increases HDL cholesterol in addition to lowering LDL cholesterol. And the way that I remember this is HDL, you want high, LDL, you want low, right? LDL is bad, HDL is good. So the niacin helps capillaries expand, which increases blood flow, much like our other vascular dilators up here, which causes you to be a little bit flush, right? So a lot of people are like, oh, how come when I have energy drinks or when I take pre-workout or when I do this stuff, I get like really red and tingly. It's just opening up the capillaries so that you can have more blood flow. So sometimes you get really a little bit red, but it's nothing to be worried about. It's not a rash. You're not going into like some kind of cardiac event. It's safe. It just, your skin gets a little red. And sometimes it'll feel a little hot. Niacin is really, really useful for adrenal support. So, and I mean, that's kind of a repeating thing that you'll see among all of these. So the other things that it does is it reduces stress and feelings of sadness. So just kind of fun fact. And one of the reasons that I think a lot of these products boast mood support or mood stability is a lot of these things work on a lot of different areas to help balance you, right? Just all around, which will help you be mentally balanced. Hang on, guys. Sorry, the more I talk, the more dry my mouth gets. Raspberry ketones. If you guys will give me like a quick show of hands, how many of you guys have heard of raspberry ketones? Whether you really know anything about it or whether you just heard it kind of as like a buzzword. Okay, so raspberry ketones, thank you guys. It's kind of misunderstood. I think a lot of people think ketones, right? They put you in ketosis. Not these kind. So raspberry ketones are actually really widely used for flavoring. They come from raspberries and they increase levels of adiponectin, which is the hormone that regulates your metabolism. And they break down fat within cells a lot more effectively. The thing about raspberry ketones is that because of their, what do I want to say, like buzzworthiness lately, a lot of people synthetically manufacture them because you have to, they're in such small amounts in raspberries that you have to get a lot out of the raspberry. So they get kind of a bad rap because they've been synthetically used a lot, and you have to have a lot of the raspberry ketone for it to really have the beneficial support. So they're often used in like really small amounts for flavoring. I don't know the amount that's going to be in the SPT, so I don't know if it is just for the flavoring. I don't think it is, or I don't think they would have put it on the slide, but It will help the powder taste good, and also very likely use the
Hey, can you unmute yourself? I'm sorry, I was trying to mute this girl, Kristen. I was trying to mute you and I muted the host. Okay, there we go. Okay, come back.
Am I safe now?
Okay, you're good, sorry.
It's okay. You guys, I have like my phone and my laptop and my other phone, and I was like, oh my God, is that me? Is that like one of my things going on? So at least it wasn't me. Okay, so back to raspberry ketones. So one of the, I'm gonna give you guys some info on some studies. A combination of caffeine, raspberry ketones, garlic, capsaicin, ginger, and synephrine in an 8-week study found people who used both diet and exercise with the supplements lost 7.8% of their fat mass, while a placebo group lost only 2.8. So that leads us to believe that these raspberry ketones, in combination with stuff that's regularly found in like wellness supplements, like over-the-counter wellness supplements, or something that would be in your diet, right? Like your garlic, capsaicin is found in a lot of peppers, things like that. They lost 7.8% body fat versus the placebo group, which was only 2.8. So that's quite a big jump, and both groups did diet and exercise. So I think there's a lot of promise on the raspberry ketones, as long as it's not just for flavor. If it is, it's gonna make it taste good. So if there's higher amounts of it, I think it's definitely going to help aid in weight loss. So next, I'm going to move to the green tea extract, which, you know, we all know it's really high in antioxidants. Everybody loves green tea for a lot of the health benefits that it has. We know antioxidants are good for your heart, your liver, and your brain health. They improve your skin, right? Like you'll see a lot of skincare products that say like have green tea in it, and it makes your skin vibrant and rejuvenated, and it helps your cell turnover rate. So green tea extract is really great for weight loss. It's rich in, you guys, are they called catechins? I don't know how to say it. Everybody says it differently, but they're rich in catechins and caffeine, and the combo together is likely responsible for its weight loss properties. So both assist in weight loss by regulating hormones that enhance thermogenesis. Thermogenesis, if you don't know what thermogenesis is the process by which your body burns calories to digest food and produce heat. Hence why I assume the name is heat. And then of course it benefits your exercise performance and recovery. So that's just a little bit about heat. You're about to see like this huge shift, because I'm going to talk to you guys about chill now. And this is where like the really exciting stuff happens. Heat is really great. It's going to be really great for getting your heart rate up. It's going to be really great to help burn stored fat. It's thermogenesis. Like there's so much research on it. It's really great. Now, on to the chill. You guys. I hope you guys are excited as hell. Like, oh gosh, it's recording and I'm cussing. I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm gonna get like all my big notes over here. Okay.
We're so excited about this one, guys. Her and I both have husbands that have, and no medical claims. Always remember that we're not making any medical claims.
Yeah.
However, both of our spouses have traumatic brain injuries. So when we were discussing these products, the SPT Chill was one that we both were like, okay, this can make a difference. Like we're seeing what I'm seeing what Expand is doing with him, what Rest does. Like now you have something different that's going to make a bigger difference. Heat is going to be awesome with exercising, with, you know, the weight loss properties of it, the calorie burning. It sounds like it's going to be something that's going to open up our blood vessels to allow that oxygen to come in, right? Which is super important, but chill. Oh my God. I can't wait to have that in my hand.
Guys, listen. All right. So, and I think this is one of the things that I really hit on, like when you see ashwagandha root, and I keep telling Gabby, I don't know what price point these are going to be at, but if I look at the ingredients, you guys, I'm just so excited. Like these are good, clean ingredients that are made to work synergistically. They work together. All right, so let me get into it. The chill, but see, the thing is there are things that are in chill that have been scientifically proven to increase muscle size and strength, as well as cognitive brain function, as well as fertility, as well as, yeah, you guys, I could go on. I'm going to. So here we go. Get out your notebooks. All right. So I'm going to start with ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is a root, herb/root. It's classified as an adaptogen. Okay. And what that means is it helps your body manage stress, boost brain function, lower blood sugar, and cortisol levels. It can do anything. So when we say reduce cortisol, cortisol is a known stress hormone. If you don't know what it is, it's a hormone that your adrenal glands release in response to stress, as well as when your blood sugars get too low for too long. So your body releases this hormone. It's like, hey, we're in trouble. And it can get chronically elevated, right? Like we hear people, I mean, I hear social workers that say things like my stomach is big because my cortisol levels are just through the roof, and they're not wrong. When you are chronically stressed, or if you have blood sugar issues, you can end up with a chronically elevated cortisol level. And that causes increased fat storage in your abdomen or in your tummy area. So ashwagandha is actually best known for its ability to reduce stress. I'm going to kind of go over some bullet points here. It boosts testosterone in men and increases fertility. Ashwagandha has powerful effects on testosterone levels and reproductive health. One study in 75 infertile men. So these are men that are participating in a clinical study that have been clinically proven infertile. Okay. The test group with ashwagandha showed increased sperm count and mobility. And the treatment led to a significant increase in testosterone levels and increased antioxidant levels in their blood. So lots of really positive stuff going on there. Anytime that you have increased testosterone, you have increased muscle strength, muscle gain. Bye. I'm like, I see the little comments. This is the first time I've ever seen comments actually show up on screen. So something's working right. But so it has increased antioxidant levels in their blood as well. I'm actually going to switch to my slides here because my note says see slide. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry.
Hey, so
Okay.
I wanted to make a comment about the cortisol in that too. Anybody gland issue, any customer, definitely get them to run that by their physician. Like Cushing syndrome or SIADH, that. So that is just something to keep in mind.
100%, guys. Like, always remember our scope. Like, we're not physicians or medical doctors, even if you are some type of doctor. If you're a medical doctor, then you can give a lot of disclaimers and explain your findings, but always remember kind of our scope of practice is limited. Always, always, always refer someone to their physician. We should never replace a physician. And I always recommend people when they're just really on the fence to, whether it's diet, exercise, when in doubt, please just have them talk to their doctor. They can always take a product label to their physician, especially if they're regularly seen by a physician, and they can approve it or not, especially if they're on any kind of medications. Even homeopathic things that are plant-based are considered to be drugs in certain instances, and they can always interact with other medications that they're taking. So please do always refer your clients to their physician when in doubt. I'm gonna go, hang on, I gotta find my spot. Okay, so in another study, which was used to determine a safe and effective dosage, healthy men who took 750 to 1,250 milligrams per day gained strength after 30 days. Again, I don't know why all of these are on men. I couldn't really find a whole lot of just female only studies. I could find blended or men only. But they gained strength. In another study, those who took it had significant, and this was a blended study, so this is men and women, had significantly greater gains in muscle strength and size, and more than doubled their reductions in body fat versus the placebo group. So the ashwagandha root is going to boost testosterone, help reproductive health, aid in the reduction of cortisol, help stabilize blood sugars, and it helps build strength and muscle size, as well as reducing fat levels. So if you have no other bullet points, just jot those down real quick. As well as improving brain function, including memory. So, sorry, I have to get back to my slide here. Okay, so brain function, including memory. Test tube and animal studies suggest that ashwagandha may mitigate memory and brain function problems caused by injury or disease. Research has shown that it promotes antioxidant activity that protects nerve cells from harmful free radicals, which we've kind of noticed in some of the other products that there's a lot of free radical defense. So nothing new here, that we're going to continue that. In one study, rats with epilepsy that were treated with ashwagandha had nearly a complete reversal of spatial memory impairment. This was likely caused by a reduction in oxidative stress. So really, really hopeful for anybody, I know for me and Gabby specifically, for our husbands, it's a really big, super huge thing to have cognitive brain function improve as well as memory. But who doesn't want just overall memory improvement? Like, I'm a mom, for goodness sake, I can't even say the right kid's name. So that's really exciting. So although ashwagandha has traditionally been used to boost memory, in Ayurvedic medicine, only a small amount of human research has been conducted in this area. So specifically what we're saying is We know that it's used to boost memory, but it is definitely tested on animals in a lab before it's tested on humans, and we only have a limited amount of information on humans. In one controlled study, healthy men who took 500 milligrams of standardized extract daily reported significant improvements in their reaction time and task performance compared to men who received a placebo. So the bottom line, ashwagandha is an ancient medicinal herb with multiple health benefits. It can reduce anxiety and stress, help fight depression, boost fertility and testosterone in men, and even boost brain function. Supplementing with ashwagandha can be an easy and effective way to improve your overall health and quality of life. Okay, so that's just the first ingredient listed on Chill. Okay, and so we talked about muscle strength, muscle gains, fertility, testosterone production, balancing blood sugar, reducing stress, and that's just one ingredient. So we're gonna move on to L-theanine or theanine, depending on who you talk to. What does taking it do? And if you look at a lot of supplements, you'll see that these are kind of like reoccurring things. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm really sweaty and I needed to put my hair up, but I haven't. So I keep playing with it, I'm sorry. So L-theanine or theanine crosses the blood-brain barrier and has the ability to modulate inhibitory neurotransmitters, selective serotonin and dopamine to cause it's anxiolytic, which is reduced anxiety, and have a calming effect. So what does it do? You eat it, it crosses the brain-blood barrier, and it can help block, I'm gonna kind of like try and say this so that everybody understands, block stressing things and help have you a more calm effect on your brain. It can also improve cognitive function, which is your thinking, your ability to think clearly, and selective attention. So you guys, those people that have a brain injury or have some type of brain disease, like Alzheimer's, dementia, things like that, this is huge for. This is something that helps them improve their thought process. So it crosses the brain-blood or the blood-brain barrier, gets to their brain and helps their neurotransmitters, which are little messengers, get to where they need to go appropriately in the right amount of time. And it helps reduce anxiety. Those people that tend to have a TBI tend to have more anxiety. They're more anxious. They tend to be prone to stress and have a very hard time focusing. So this is huge. This is a very big component that will be big, not just for, you know, people that want to relax or people that have a high stress life, but people that have like literal cognitive dysfunctions. This will help. This is a big deal.
Any of us, we have a mom brain, like any of you that struggle. I know for myself, like I struggle just focusing on one thing. This will be good for that. And this protein is in a few different other of our products. Like it's in our Sculpt, it's in our Expand, I believe. So like Christy mentioned earlier, it's something that is not new, but now it's being compared and it's being paired with different things. Like Jason Camper said at Palooza, it's our formulas. He's blending these formulas together and making them work in no other way that no other company has done. So that, sorry, Christine, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that protein is something that's coming back to us, and we're going to be putting in our bodies a little bit more, and it's going to be helping us with a different type of blend.
100%.
like 5-HTP is also in the chill. And 5-HTP, we all know and love and know what it does. Know it helps us with our natural serotonin production, our natural melatonin production. You know, those are your happy hormone and your sleep hormone. It's something that you naturally need to produce, and they help us produce that. The GABA is, what exactly does the GABA do, Christine? That one is one that I'm not quite familiar with at all.
So what's really excited about the GABA is that it actually works with 5-HTP. They are like a married couple, right? Like they're meant to be together. And so it's an amino acid that works as a neurotransmitter in your brain. So it's a chemical messenger. GABA is considered an inhibitory neurotransmitter because it blocks or inhibits certain brain signals. And so it helps increase your growth hormone serum and your growth hormone serum levels and protein synthesis. So like post-exercise, supplementing with GABA and protein will help enhance training-induced muscle strength. The GABA works. It helps increase your focus. Like, hang on, there's like so many, all of these have so many different things. So it will help increase focus. It will help with better immunity. It's going to help prevent certain, what do I want to say, like negative effects in your brain, like when you're really stressed out and you start mass producing cortisol. The GABA is going to help you not mass dump negative chemicals. Does that make sense? And it's designed as an amino that already is naturally occurring in your body. We're essentially taking and having a booster of this. And now hang on, because I have it up on my computer, because I was like, oh, hang on. As we know, right, the 5-HTP will help increase your melatonin production on its own. Essentially, this is made to do the same thing coupled with it like its other half. Okay, so give me a second to get to this slide. So it's a natural chemical that's already made in your brain, like melatonin, right? It helps aid in sleep. It's going to help aid in your muscle recovery. It promotes relaxation. Combining it with the 5-HTP has the synergistic effect. And several animal and insect studies suggest that the 5-HTP sleep quality is greater when combined with the GABA. So one of the big things that they do together is promote that restful, what do I want to say, like recovery rest. Like when you're actually asleep, building muscle, repairing things, that's what it's designed essentially to complement for, is recovery.
So kind of in a way like recharge, right? We mainly use recharge at night because that's our body's time to naturally recharge. So that this is a product that you definitely take at night. We have a question in the chat. Oh no, I think Brittany answered it. But she did say anything with seizure disorders to consult your primary care physician. Again, guys, like we definitely don't make any medical claims. Any of these ingredients, when you have somebody that has that is seeing a physician normally, make sure they contact them, make sure they are checking that this is safe, because we don't want to harm anybody. And all of these ingredients, we're, like Christine said earlier, we're basing this off of what we got from Palooza, the slides that were shown to us. We have no idea how much of these ingredients are going to be in all of the products, but we're hopeful. We are hopeful just seeing the ingredient list itself. I know Christine had mentioned like the price point, and she's looked at some of these ingredients just on their own, and the price point she's expecting is high. And like we know with Le-Vel, that's not the case, because they provide premium grade nutrition at affordable prices. So that's something to even more look forward to even more. Christine, is there anything else that you think we all absolutely need to know to finish this off? That way we're not taking everybody's time completely. And then if anything, guys, we can always do another Zoom going over more of the products. And then if you have any questions before we end, definitely put them in the chat. But Christine, do you think that?
You know, I don't know. I have like a lot of notes and slides, and I actually could probably work with you, and we could probably put together a more comprehensive, especially once it comes out and we have a complete list of products. I am going to tell you guys, like, it's not always fun to listen to somebody talk about like nutrition or supplements or things that you're like, what does this even mean? What I can tell you guys is be excited. Be excited. It's going to be amazing. I think I've told Gabby, like, if these are less than $100, it's a slamming good deal. Like, that's literally the number I think I've thrown out a bunch of times. If these are less than $100 for a 30-day supply, it's an amazing good deal. These are good quality products. They are all made to work together. What you're going to see with the heat is, I mean, both of them are made to balance everything out and to work synergistically. The heat is going to be really great for promoting muscle gaining, muscle growth and recovery, but so does chill. Does that make sense? Like, you're going to have that thermogenesis, that burning through stored fat with heat. You're going to have a lot of muscle size. You're going to have a lot of vasculodilators that are going to help flood your body with fresh blood, fresh oxygen. And then with the chill, I think I'm really excited for that. I think we could all benefit. I do believe that you could absolutely use both of them in the same day. Like, I would suggest maybe taking heat in the morning.
So let me cut you off really quick. Jason Camper said you could absolutely use these in the same day. However, SPT heat is supposed to be the strongest product in our lineup. You do not take it with step 1. You do not take it with your 3 steps in the morning. He said at Palooza that this is something you're going to want to possibly incorporate, you know, later on in the morning, because it's going to be strong. It's going to be strong. And when he says something is going to work a certain way, he always delivers, guys. So yes, you can do them together. You can do them in the same day. No, don't put them with step 1, as far as we know right now with the information given to us.
That makes sense. And I would say with the green tea extract that's going to be in the heat, there's going to be caffeine. So it's going to be great. I'm excited. I don't think we're going to feel like methed out or anything. So, but you definitely don't want your heart racing with a bunch of, you know, vasculodilators. Like, but I do think you can take them in the same day. I would probably take chill in the evening. I think it's a good recovery aid. The biggest thing about, and I tell my clients this often, if you're trying to build muscle and if you're trying to build size, you need to make sure that you eat, and you need to make sure that you sleep. If you're a mom, if you're a wife, you are the last person to get rest unless you're me. I have a really very accommodating family, so I always get 8 hours of sleep, but that didn't used to be the norm, and I know that's not the norm for most people. I do think it's going to be incredible for brain clarity. I'm going to say I'm a mom of a cancer survivor. My 10-year-old has what I call it's frequently called chemo brain. He has a lot of forgetfulness as a side effect of 3.5 years of chemo. And I will 100% be giving him chill, like 100%, probably in small doses at first, but knowing what's in the product and knowing my child, and I'm excited. I think it's going to help him. I think it's going to help my husband. I think it's going to help me with muscle growth. Like, I think chill is going to be, I don't like when I get emotional on you guys, but I think it's going to change lives. Like 100%. Like, this is going to affect people in such a huge way that it's not fair for us to not immediately get it in everybody's hands that we can. And so if I convey nothing else to you, let it be that.
I'm gonna leave it at that. We're super excited. It's definitely a product we don't know a whole lot about. We're going based off of what we know, but it's promising. So, and it says something when a mom of a cancer survivor is willing to give that to their child. I mean, when you are willing to give a product to your child, I think is a testament, especially when you're like us and we care about what we're putting into our bodies, right? Everybody on this Zoom right now cares about what you put into your body. We are thrivers for a reason. We are taking premium grade nutrition. So when we are willing to give that to our children and put that into our children's bodies, I think that says something. But you guys, thank you so much for coming on and giving us your time. Thank you for being so patient with us. We will definitely do another Zoom in the future and talk more about this and all of the rest of the products. You guys, every Tuesday we have our nutrition Zoom. If you need any help with anything, don't forget we have a lifestyle insider group. Go join it. If you don't have people in there, put them in there. It's for weight loss, it's for community, it's for working out, it's for everything. We are here to help. Christine does live workouts on there. I put in my meal plans. Haley does all of it. We're just a community where we want to help people change their lifestyle. But I think we can stop recording, and if anybody has any questions, we'll be in the chats and